Right. Welcome to Peep Game TV and Keeping It Real Team Collaboration. I'm your man SRD, aka Shadi Ali. It's Friday, May 2nd. I'm with my man Jay Sean, aka Mr. F Love. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on? We got first apologize. We're a little bit
Yeah,
late coming on. Things
yeah,
happen.
yeah, definitely had what they call technical difficulties.
Right. Well,
You know,
that's always anybody could go. Even the best go through it. So we apologize to the people who been waiting.
right?
I got a
Absolutely.
couple of texts asking me where we
What's
was
going
at.
on?
Yeah. So hopefully they join in. Hopefully they join in. But I'm doing okay. I had a pretty good week.
Okay. It wasn't like last week. People taking up a lot of your time.
Nah, not really.
Okay. All right.
I
That's
told you I
good.
wasn't. I told you I wasn't doing that no more. I'm not. I'm not doing nothing I don't want to do no more.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean,
Yeah.
because a lot of times you do for people and they don't appreciate it anyway.
Now my problem is just doing away with worthless conversation. That's my
Vain talk.
that's my the next thing I'm moving on. Um, our brother and our friend and our um um, close friend used to always say, Shareem used to always say, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Hey, and that's disputable for me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because
it's just a
something,
saying.
yeah, it's a nice saying until unless you lived a life where you done did some things where it made a lot of dollars, but then later on, it ain't make that much sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be letting people beat me in the head with what they got going on.
Yeah. It's one thing for people to ask you for advice. It's another thing for them to try to drop their load on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who's
I
that?
mean, what everybody vents. You know what I mean, and
Yeah.
it's always good to be that ear or that shoulder, that they could bend or they could lean on. So
Hey, what's up, panel?
it always be like that. But sometimes people could drown you in their misery.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Where sometimes people can make their problem your problem.
Oh, definitely.
And you definitely want to be careful with that.
Definitely. Other than that, but how was your week?
I mean, my week was productive, man. I'm still, working on the book every day, getting closer and closer to finishing it. Dropped a few ideas for covers. So what I'm doing, I basically, just dropping a few covers to see. Hopefully, the people help me pick the cover out.
Yeah, I seen some of the posts you made with some of the throwback pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was dope.
you know, so some of that is I'm considering putting it on the cover, just trying to
Oh,
see what's gonna work. You know,
okay. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what it's ultimately about. Just picking the cover, getting the cover solidified, and then getting all the rest of the work done.
Mm.
Now, I wanted to ask you a question. I saw a post on Facebook today.
Uh huh.
It was a young lady. She was speaking out about the police. She said that a baby 3 years old got maced and the mother got maced in a nail salon. I guess it must have been Asians. said it was an Asian woman
Uh-huh.
that they maced the baby and they maced the mother, and the police protected her, didn't let anything happen to her, you know. So I guess they were protesting that she get arrested.
Right.
Basically, more so because she makes the baby.
I think
You
I
know.
seen something like that. I didn't know what was going on, but I seen something like that at a nail salon. I seen a lot of cops and a lot of people. I didn't really know what was going on though, but I scared I scared through it on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 Said Filipino, Chinese, someone, and I don't know what the results was. I don't know how it went about because she didn't go into details of whether it was a altercation between the two of them, and the lady got nervous and started macing her. She was gonna beat
Mhm.
the lady up. I don't know how it went down, but the end result was the 3-year-old baby got maced, and that kicked both of them out. You know,
Mhm.
so that. So I was just wondering if you heard anything about it. That's
No, I glanced by it, but it didn't have any sound, and I didn't really know what had happened. But I did see it.
okay.
I did see the crowd, the police officers outside, and the crowd. And if a 3-year-old baby was maced, I mean, that's no good. No matter how you slice it. I mean,
Absolutely,
we both been maced before
absolutely.
by the police. So
Yeah.
that's no
That's
that's no walk in the park.
no, and especially for a 3-year-old. Even like you said, even if they got into an altercation and the lady start macing the mother, 3-year-old getting caught up in that was definitely uncalled for because it would have mean that it was in consideration for the baby.
Yeah,
She didn't even consider the baby. She just maced her and said, "Heck with the baby." That's that would be the thing.
yeah, the baby and everybody else in there.
Now my thing would be if that did happen, what's going to be the result? I mean, the police, hey, they're going to do what they do. Now, the reality is if they mistreated someone, then the rest of the people need to boycott.
Right.
You know what I mean? That needs to be one place where they cease to go. Why?
Yeah.
Because she showed that she doesn't respect them.
Right.
So that would be
That's
my
blatant.
suggestion.
That's blatant. That's out there.
That would be my suggestion. That everyone who goes, who's of a certain um, shade or background,
Hmm.
then stop going because it's sad that in our communities so many other people get to benefit off of us.
Yeah.
And it's not like, okay, you could go to Fort Lee and open up something, and all the Asians gonna come and purchase stuff from you. And if that was the case, then that would be fine. However, that's not the case. Many people come to our neighborhoods and set up shop and make money, and we're not able to do the same. That's my only problem with it.
Yeah.
You know, uh,
Um. It's like they building It's like they building communities right on top of your head or right before your eyes, and it's only benefiting them. I sit back where I'm in Patterson, where I'm from. I sit back where we from. I sit back and I watch how everybody move, how races move. You know what I mean? And
right.
it's well calculated. People don't, a lot of people might can't see it, but it's well calculated. Um, I've been living where I'm living right now for about 12 years. I watched I won't say the race or nothing, but I watched them come in. I live on top of a store. I watched them come in, run a store for 5 years, let somebody else come and they take the store, and then they go to another store, it's all in 5 year increments.
Right, right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So, and if they don't move to another store, then they move back to wherever they from after 5 years. So it's a 5 year period. It's 5 years. Then they give it to the next one for 5 years and let them eat. Then they give it to the next one for 5 years and let them eat. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's
right.
well calculated.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's yeah, it's definitely strategic. Now, the thing is this though. I've noticed that as well. So I'm pretty sure you and I are not the only two that noticed it. Now, the other part is, you know, where, from 17th Ave, I was always fortunate enough that they would invite me to be a part of that. You know what I mean? It was, look, you want the store, you know what I'm saying? So, and I would try to see if everybody else was down with it
Mm.
so we could do it, but unfortunately, everybody wasn't with it. So, with that being the case, if we're not thinking on that level, then we're going to continue just being consumers.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's my point because yeah, just like they're doing it, they're giving us a blueprint on what we could do. That's all it is. It's a blueprint. So only
Yeah.
thing stopping us is we're not thinking on that level.
We
So
not.
yeah, so really, I'm realizing that yeah, we've been miseducated. Yes, we've been lied to. Yes, we've been mistreated. However, there's some issues that we have with ourselves that we need to rectify.
But you just said it. You just said it though. You hit the nail right on the head. You said they giving us the blueprint.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
right there. Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. What are you gonna do? You're gonna keep watching and complaining, or you're gonna get down and start doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That leaves us with a choice. You know,
Yeah.
and and as you were saying, you get tired of the vain talk. Some people like to just talk about what they want
Right.
to do. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing it. Me, I like to talk about it and do it. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it just to get it out my head and get it flowing in the universe, then
Right.
start working on it.
Right.
Some people their action is talk.
Well, I don't want to shift gears, but
Go ahead.
we touched on it earlier when about the you was looking for the covers for your for your book that you writing.
Right, right,
I also got a book coming out on June 7th too that I'll talk about a little bit later. But uh my first question to you is tonight is what made you what made you what inspired you or what made you, you know, um what what well, I say what inspired you? What inspired you to want to write a book?
um, what inspired me is that I see a lot of things. going on, especially with our young people. You know what I mean? And like you could attest to this with the murder and the high murder rate and the way the young individuals move, the way they move now.
Yeah.
I felt like they needed to know another story. You know, they needed to know how did it get to the way it is.
Yeah.
It's a process. It didn't just happen that they doing what they're doing. It's a process that occurred that led up to them doing what they're doing.
Right.
So me writing the book is me uh, expressing some of the pitfalls and some of the things that happened that allowed it to get to where it is now. You know, so it's me using my life as an example of what to do and what not to do, and what can happen from certain decisions. So that because my everything that happens to us is based off decisions. You've said on many occasions that when something going on in some people's life, they know something going wrong. You know what I mean? They know if they're being played. You know what I mean? Or they know that based on a decision that they're making, if their life ain't right, it's based on a decision. You know, something going wrong in your life, that means, okay, you made the wrong decision. Now, not to say that sometimes things don't go the way you want it, but when your life get to a point where you feeling like the world is falling down on you, that's based on a bunch of decisions that you're making
Mm-hmm.
that are not benefiting you, and instead you're being, penalized for those decisions.
Right.
So that's basically kind of the stuff that I'm speaking on. Different scenarios in the book, different stories, different life situations that I went through. You know, good, bad, fun, all of it. And when you wrote your book, I wasn't in a place where I was comfortable enough to share my life. You know what I mean? So now I'm in a place where I'm comfortable enough to share my life.
Yeah.
And it's like everything else. It takes time. Everybody's ready when they're ready. And then some people don't ever get ready. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So for me, I'm ready based on, as I said, where I'm at in my life right now. It was something that I think not just therapeutic for me, but I think it will definitely be able to give people some type of insight to certain things that they're dealing with. Even though they may not even be dealing with some of the stuff that I dealt with, but they may have or be dealing with some other stuff that I dealt with. You
Mm.
know, So so it's other situations, and I want people to know that what people call drug dealers. I never looked at myself as a drug dealer. I always looked at myself as a businessman or a hustler. I was never
So
a drug dealer. You know.
so what who particularly are you targeting for the book to reach? What
Uh,
audience?
yeah, I would love for it to reach 13 on up to 25. However, you know, and the reason that I'm saying that is because when I got into the lifestyle that I got into, I started at 11 and 12 years old. So if I can spare some 12, 13 on up the pitfalls of that lifestyle or some lifestyle similar to that, then it's worth it. And
Yeah.
hopefully, what happens is maybe their parent will read it, and their parent will see something in it in one of the chapters and say, "Oh, I want you to read this chapter."
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's different chapters for different things.
Well, that's a good thing, man. I'm sure everybody enjoy it when when it come out.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping that's the case. I'm definitely hopeful that it's the case because I'm really taking my time to put a lot of thought, a lot of heart, and a lot of inspiration in it as well.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, yeah, and I got a question for you.
Okay.
Let me see. What are some behaviors that people display towards you that cause you to distrust them?
Um, behaviors.
Yeah, like things people have done to you or way people act towards you that cause you to say, like, I can't trust this person. I got to watch this person. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Um, I'm like my worst thing, man, is a liar. That's the worst thing for me, man. I just can't take a liar, man. And some people are serial liars. Some people are situational liars. I guess some people do it when they desperate. But if it's any way I could lose trust for somebody, it's somebody telling me a lie, and I know they lying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the easiest way for me to lose trust for somebody. Like once you start lying to me, I can't trust you. It's a
Right.
done deal. I just can't take a liar at all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it
Oh, okay.
my mother used to always say, you tell one lie, you got to tell another
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, my mom used to say, if you lie, you'll steal. And if
one.
you steal, you'll kill.
Yeah, that's
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I second that.
Yeah. So
I definitely second that one right there.
yeah,
Big
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah,
I definitely second that. But moving on. I know we're a little late here.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I got another question for you.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, fire away.
Um, we all know. We all know, or most people know, or they shouldn't if they don't. If they new to the show, then they don't. But if they've been around, then they know your stance on culture and nationalities and identities. Um, so this question right here has something similar to do with that.
Okay, all right.
So why why do you choose to identify as a Moroccan or more instead of just a black or African American?
Okay, that's a good question, by the way. That's a good question, and I think a lot of people, when they hear me put things out, they have like I don't like being black. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, now. you too good to be black now, some stuff like that. And I want to clear that up, that that is not the case, that I feel that I'm too good to be black.
Okay.
The the thing is this, if we're honest, and many times we have conversations where we talk about foreigners, we talk about other people from other countries.
Hmm.
The one thing that all of those people have in common that we don't have is they have a landmass that connects with their identity, their nationality, so to speak. They have, and when I say they have a landmass that connects with their nationality or their identity, it's like if you say a Chinese, they're from China.
Right.
If you say a Vietnamese, they're from Vietnam.
Right.
Okay. If you say black, what land is connected to black?
Um. Say the ending of that again. Say that the ending of that.
If if you are from Vietnam, you're Vietnamese.
Right.
If you're German, you're from Germany. But if you black, where you from?
Well, I mean, everybody gonna say Africa.
Okay. Now, even people in Africa, like a person from Nigeria is a Nigerian. A person from Zimbabwe is Zimbabwean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From Kenya, a Kenyan. So now we're saying we're African, but now that's a whole continent. And on the other end, we're saying we're American. That's something else. So this is the reason that I have a problem with it, is because it's like when Malcolm X put the X on his name, he put the X because he said he was lost.
Right.
The X was for the lost. And you remember we used to, go through the X. So how can we be African American when many of us never even been to Africa? You know? And the thing about being African American, remember last week we were on and we had some guests and they were saying some of the African people were angry at us when they were going over there trying buying land.
Right.
So our story has been told to us that we were brought here from Africa. So that's why many of us say we're African American, because of the whole Christopher Columbus, 1492, brought on the ship Nina, and all that kind of stuff. So basically, it's like we don't have a land to identify ourselves. And if we don't have a land to identify ourselves, we open up ourselves to be mistreated, because every people have a state, or we could say, let's call the state like their mother. Everybody have a mother to protect them.
Right.
We don't have a mother. We have a stepmother or adopted mother. America is our stepmother, our adopted mother, and they show us that all the time. Because when it comes to us in certain issues, we're always pushed aside.
Yep.
We know that because we live it. Anybody in this country who's black can say, okay, we've lived something, we went through something, you know what I mean? And they would be legit with it. And the fact that many of us not even comfortable calling ourselves American first.
Right.
Tells us something. Tells us like we we are not comfortable. It's like having an adopted parent and you don't want to use the last name. You know what I mean? You just
Yeah.
say your first name because you don't want to use the last name.
Right.
So we just say black based on a complexion that's near to what we are. And that's some of us. So we just say black, but it's no land. And it makes us look bad to me when other people come here and they ask you, what's your nationality? Who are you? And you say, I'm black. No other people, even white people, they still have a land that if they trace back, they're going to go back to Ireland.
Yeah.
They're going to go to Poland. They're going to go to something.
Right.
All we say is Africa. And it makes me feel bad because it's like I was reading the Bible and the Bible end up speaking about uh, friendship and peace and friendship treaty. You know, after Moses, there was a guy called Joshua. Joshua ran into the Gibeons, and the Gibeons tricked him into doing a peace treaty. I'm bringing that up because that's what our ancestors did for us. We have a peace treaty with America.
Right.
And the reason we are not able to enact the peace treaty is because we identify as Black and African Americans. When the name of our people that's on the peace treaty is Moroccans and Moors. So that's why I choose to use Moroccan or Moor because it's a legal identity that will help us politically. If we are able to get strong politically, then we can start fixing our social, economic, and educational issues. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
until we could get politically strong, we're going to struggle with those other three issues. So that's pretty much why,
But
you know,
but
that's the long answer.
but so there are Moroccans all over the United States.
Right. We the majority of us are Moroccan subjects. Why? Because during the time before America became America, we were all Moroccans under the Moroccan Empire.
Okay.
So America wasn't known as America. America was known as the Moroccan Empire. There was a sultan, and even Great Britain, France, all of those were known as the Moroccan Empire. So once in 1956, when France got the sultan, the then sultan, to become the king, then it became the Kingdom of Morocco. Then there was no longer the Empire of Morocco, and that's when we really, and prior to that, they were hiding our identity.
Right.
They never want. Remember, we've been Negro, we've been black, we've been colored, we've been niggers, we've been African Americans. How many? Which one are we really? You know what I'm saying? So for us to have so many different names, kind of tell us something. Kind of tell us that white people just been white. You know what I mean? Pretty much they've been white,
Yeah, they
unless they
have
was
been.
Italian, unless they was Italian, or they was German, or they was something else. You know what I mean? We're the only people that had to go through so many names. Why? Because they were brainwashing us to our true identity, to who we really are. So now, so many of us have gotten comfortable just saying, if you ask us what our nationality is, we'll say black. But everybody on the planet Earth that has a nationality has a land that kind of matches with their name. That's why I said German, Germany, Chinese, China. Everybody on the face of the earth has that.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
but us living here in America. We're the only people that don't have that. And we have to think, why? Why don't we have it? Why don't we have it? Because many people, I'm pretty sure many people come here, even people come from other countries who can be considered our same ethnicity.
Uh
They don't
huh.
normally like to call themselves black. And then some of us get angry when they say, I'm not black, I'm
Yeah,
Jamaican. I'm,
yeah,
I'm
they
I'm
do.
not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not black, I'm African. I'm Canadian. Why? Because they know that everybody on the face of the earth have a land, a mother. We're the only one without a mother. We orphans. Black people are like orphans. So that's why I really try to refrain from acknowledging the black, because it's okay for us to call each other black amongst ourselves and all that. But at some point, we need to acknowledge our legal identity so that we can make the necessary moves to change our situation. That's all.
It's something to think about.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely something to think about.
Yeah.
Um,
Now I have a question for you.
okay.
Now, why do you, and we've talked about this on other occasions, why do you believe that why do you believe that there should be just one standard of love?
Why do I think it should be one what?
One standard, like one type of love. Because you often say people making up their own type of love. You know what I'm saying? Like it should just be one love, one type of love for everybody. One box that love is in. This is the love box.
I mean, before I answer that, I could also say if it's one box up there, there's one box to say is one standard for love, then I'm gonna put another box next to that one and say, why is it several standards of love next to that one? I'm gonna put that box up there. Why is it a different kind of loves up there when love is love? But to answer
Go
the
ahead.
question
Go ahead.
that you asked me, you know what? You know what? Sha, I mean, we've been around a long time, man. I was talking to my sister today, and we was talking about something, and relationships and stuff like that, and when you first started and stuff like that. And I thought about us back in the fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, whatever, seventh grade. I thought about us when we hung out together, um, through relationships, ups and downs, leaving women, women leaving us, bad relationships, good relationships. And I said in my mind, I said, man, like I said to myself, I said, Jay, you really been through a lot. And why I say that is because it, at this point in my life, I kind of think I feel like when men say to black women, like, why you so mean? Why you so aggressive? Why you so loud? And you be like that, and the black women be like, it's everything that men put me through. And
Right.
now I'm like I am now. So I kind of think the reason I put love in a box like that is because of everything I've been through. So, but I gotta let me explain what I mean by that.
Go ahead.
I think that I have seen so many situations of people cheating, so many situations of people breaking up, so many situations of people being dishonest, backstabbing, lying to, in relationships. I'm talking about,
Right.
um, and it just come to a point where, see, let me tell you something. I think that how I talk, I think I'm before my time. You know, some people before their time. I think that 10 years from now, if I'm God let me be here and I still be here, then everybody will understand what I was saying now about fuck love. Cause the way life is right now, and the next generation is coming up, that's our children. You got a son, I got sons, you got daughters, I got daughters. Um, they don't take the girls out no more. I don't even know if the girls want to go out no more. You know what I mean? Like how we used to have to take girls to movies, take girls to concerts, and take them out to dinner. And I don't even think that exists no more. I'm all over the place, but I'm making a point. Look on social media now, right? I remember when we used to go out to parties, and I was telling somebody this the other day. I used to be mad as hell because I never was a dancer. So I think maybe that was my sister. She said, "Who was the dancers?" I said, "Shadi was the dancer. Supreme, Hadu, Prince." um, I think Shareem used to, but that was younger when we was a younger grand. But those was y'all basically was the dancers. I remember I used to be I was just a wall hanger because I never liked to dance. Um, I don't know why. I just never liked it. I wanted to do it, but I just never got the point of it. Like I just never got the point of it, like dancing, But anyway, um, so I didn't really want to do that. But if you look at social media right now, when you look what they doing when they go out to clubs and stuff. It ain't no more dancing. It's girls just twerking, bending over, shaking their ass on the floor, pumping their ass. Uh, four and five and six girls in a line just shaking their ass, and the guys just standing there watching. That's the dancing now. I said if that was going on when I was young, I would that would that would have been
You you you
I'd
the
have been
dance
fit
then.
right
You the
in.
one to dance there, right?
I'd have been fitting right in back if they was doing that back in when we was young in the '80s and the '90s. If all they did, all we had to do was sit there and watch them twerk and shake their ass and stand there. And, oh man, we would have had it made. I would have had it made back then. But why I'm saying that, because I'm all over the place. But why I'm saying that is that I have seen so much and been through so much that, don't get me wrong, love is beautiful. I say it all the time. We talk about it. It's nothing more better than being in love, like going to bed at night with somebody you love, waking up to somebody you love, seeing your loved one walking out the door to work, walking in the door to work. It's nothing better than love. But I'm talking about real love. I'm not talking about the love where me and you been married 10, 15, 20 years and I'm cheating and you cheating, but I love you. I'm not talking about the love that we've been together, we've been dating, or we married or whatever we doing, and every now and then uh one of us feel like we got to step out and have and cheat on our mate, but all in all, I still love you. I just don't believe that. This just me. I just don't believe that people should be allowed to say I cheated on you, but I still love you. I just don't believe that people should be allowed to say that. I believe that it just love is love. If you love somebody, you love them. If you love somebody, you're not gonna want to touch another. If you love somebody, I've been in love before. If you love somebody, you're not gonna want to touch another person. You're not gonna want to put your lips on another person. You're not gonna want to lay down in the bed with another person. You're not gonna want to have sex. If you love somebody, you're not gonna want to touch nobody else. I don't want to hear about that. I made a mistake and or you wasn't doing this and nah. Cause see, I've been in love and I know people who love me. So I mean, I don't know you. I know what you getting ready to say, but you ex,
Well, I
you
mean,
explain it. You explain to me. You explain to me how you could cheat on somebody and still love them. If that's what you
okay,
get ready to say.
okay. No, let's say this. That let's the thing is this. You saying cheat on a person. Okay, can you love a person now and leave them? You know what I'm saying? You leave. You can love a person and leave them and say, "Look, I can't be with you no more."
But that's real love right there. A lot of people don't know that.
Okay,
That's real love because I loved you enough to let you go out and be happy somewhere else and find love. If I keep you with me, that means it's not real love. But if I let you go, that see people got it twisted. If you stay with somebody and you not happy, that's not real love. If you let them go and find real love and be happy somewhere else, that's real love. Because I loved you enough to let you go be happy somewhere else. That's real
okay,
love.
okay. So see, the thing is, the reason I asked the question is because love is based on individuals, based on a person's capacity of being able to love, like based on a person's capacity to be able to lift weights. Some people can lift 250 pounds. Some people can only lift 50 pounds. So, based on the capacity to love, some people only know how to love a certain way. Now, what you're saying is true. Like, it's a different level. When a person can love you and know that, look, I love you enough that I know if we stay together, we're both going to be unhappy. So
Right.
I'm willing to let you go.
Right.
Most people not. And it don't mean that they don't love them because they don't want to let them go. It just means they have a selfish type of love. See, you can have a selfish love or you can have unselfish love. People who cheat have a selfish love. It's a
Right.
selfish love because guarantee you, the person who cheated, if that person cheated on them, they'll have a fit.
Yeah.
So it's not that they don't love the person, it's just they have a selfish type of love where they put themselves first in the love category where I got to make sure I'm good all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, love requires that we do take some time for ourselves, because you got to love yourself. You've said it on many occasions why women get out of relationships and jump right back into relationships and don't get the chance to love themselves. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you need that selfish love. You need to take some time to love yourself, to get to know yourself, to appreciate yourself, so that when somebody do come along, you know how to love and appreciate them. Most people don't give themselves enough time to learn how to love properly. I don't think it's a fact that people don't love. I think people don't know how to love properly. And like for example, like back then, a lot of times, I would take. I didn't. You took women out more than me. You know what I mean? I wasn't too big on that. You know what I'm saying? So I would like try to skate around. If I had to do it, I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So you were you like, okay, I would dance, but you would take the women out. So we all have something that one of us do that the other reluctant to do. You know
Right,
what I mean? So I'm saying that to say people even do that with their love.
right,
It's certain things that people are willing to do. Like some people, because they love enough. Like me now, I love my wife enough that I'm willing not to cheat on her because I love her enough.
right,
Now, was I always that way? No. I loved her, but I loved what I wanted to do more at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I decided I'm still going to do what I'm going to do, regardless to that. Now, the thing for me now, I put myself, before I would do that to her again, I would leave her. I would
right,
walk away because I seen the pain that it caused. And that's something that I think as men and as a society, we don't focus on the pain of what it's going to cost because we're not thinking about getting caught when we're doing it. Or we're not thinking about if we're going to do it again. We may just want to, sometimes it's a hit it and quit it in your mind. Then it ends up going over that. Now it ends up, months have gone on. I mean, you can, when you get on your next show, you can ask the ladies, like, how many times have you got into something where it was a hit and quit and it went beyond that? You know what I'm saying? And now you locked in. Now it's not just sex. Now it's emotions.
it's funny you said that because I meant to mention that to you. I can't even do the TikTok tonight. So when we finish, I'm just going on my Facebook Live. They suspended me for 24 hours
What
because I
happened?
was I was driving my car today on TikTok Live and they said that's dangerous, so they suspended me. So I
Oh,
can't even do
snap.
my TikTok Live. So when we done, I'm going right to my Facebook Live.
Wow. Oh man. I mean, but that's responsible though of them.
Yeah, because
That's responsible.
Dre gave me the idea to do it, but it backfired. So I was driving around in the car today, and I had TikTok on, and I was playing music. But I guess Dre said I wasn't supposed to look at the phone, like just put it on, and then you don't, because once you start looking back, that's distracting. So
Right.
they suspended my account for 24 hours, which is okay. I don't got no beef with that.
Yeah, no, because it's because it's a distraction, and for them to like, okay, say, look, we safety first, basically. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it appears like, something like that. So
So I'm
something like that, it's nothing to be
yeah.
mad at.
I'm going. I'm in a fishing tournament tomorrow morning anyway. So I got to be up in Garrett Mountain at 6 in the morning. So everything
What?
happens for a reason.
Oh yeah. So
You know what I
so
mean?
so
If
you
I'd have
you'll
been on
cut
a
it short.
TikTok, I would have been on a TikTok to like 12, 1 at night. Getting nice and everything. So now I'm gonna do my Facebook Live for about an hour, 9:30 to 10:30, and I take it down.
Okay.
Um,
So
it's
what?
been it's been, it's been good. I enjoyed this show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I
So
really
do
I
I.
really
So do I.
enjoyed it. Um, it's a lot of people doing podcasts now, so I don't want to. I don't want to be in competition with nobody because I think everybody who got a podcast is doing it for a good purpose and a good reason. You know what I mean? I know
Right.
I get kind of raunchy. I was talking to Rashawn the other day. I seen him at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "Jay, you be coming up with some wild topics." I was like, "Yeah, but uh, I said me and Shadi. He like, "Yeah, I checked it out. Like, it's everybody for somebody." So
Right,
why I
right.
said that is for the people who listening, I'm gonna go on my Facebook Live about 9:30, and the topic is tonight that I'm gonna talk about for a minute is naked mothers. Uh, what I mean by naked mothers, I mean how long should a mother walk around naked in front of her kids?
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, okay.
naked mothers, and then we gonna then of course I'm gonna touch on threesomes, but not like what people think. I want to talk about threesomes, like the, what do if you like them? Why do you like them? If you don't, why you don't? If you ever thought about having one, why? And if you don't, why don't you? So that's what I'm gonna be talking about on my show. But I was listening to something the other day, and I was listening to somebody, and they on a show or something. They was talking about naked mothers, and I was like, that's a good topic because if you think, well, it's different for boys and girls. You know what I mean? But mothers do that. You know what I mean? I know my mother did that for a while, like was a naked mother in front of me. But after I got a certain age, she wouldn't be completely naked in front of me, but I would see her change her bra
Right,
when I was
right,
maybe like 12,
right, right.
13. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But some mothers just continue to walk through the house naked. They don't care how old the kids is, whatever, whatever. So that's what we're gonna talk about on my show next. What somebody said, I wish I was there with you. Oh, somebody
Go
said
fish.
it was me going fishing. Yeah, I'm going fishing at Gary Mountain tomorrow. I signed up for a contest.
So
To
what's the
have
prize? What's the prize?
I
What
don't know what they're giving away. They just said they're giving away for you catch the biggest fish or the
right.
most fish, and then they got the kids. And they got different ages. Of course, I'm in the senior citizen group.
Okay. Man,
So
that's crazy, man. We consider senior citizens, man. Wow.
we was just we was just in Miss Cortez class the other
Right,
day.
right. Yeah, man. I remember they used to say that. I remember the older people used to say that. It's gonna seem like yesterday. You better enjoy while you're young.
We was just in Miss Cortez class, child, the other day, fourth grade.
Yeah, brother. I definitely got that in the book, though. I definitely got Miss
Oh,
Cortez class in the book,
and I
man.
got one of my son's birthdays today, so I don't know if he on or not, but I hope he out there. Pumi, I hope he
Oh,
out there enjoying himself.
yeah.
I
Happy
got
day of
eight. I
life.
got 8 kids, but I don't know none of they. I don't really know the ages. I just know the years they was born in. I know he was born in '86. If you ask me any
Okay.
year of any kid, I know what year they was born. But if you ask me how old they is, I don't know.
Okay. So 86. So
Yeah,
shoot,
he
what
was born
he'd be like what, 38?
he 39, I think,
38, 39.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he'd be turning 39 now.
Imagine that. How old is your son?
He's 37. So that's how I know they're a year apart. So
Wow.
he'd be turned yeah, so Pumi turned 39. About to kick 40 in the book.
Life is just
Life goes on, brother. Life
and
goes
that
on.
that and that's why the books is important, like the book you read, because um um the book I just finished writing about my cousin. The book release is June 7th at the Leneves.
Okay.
Um, but it's kind of different. He did it different. He doing it in the morning from 9 to 12, so it's brunch. So
Right, right.
$25. Anybody want to, for $25 you get free food and a book. You get a book and food for $25.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not
That's
bad.
good. That's a good idea. He came with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
at the Leaves.
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely yeah. Yeah,
So
I
I
like
don't
that.
know if you and wifey in the area, come up.
Yeah, I like that chicken Marcella.
Oh, yo, that's my joint. Yo, that's
Yeah,
my stuff, y'all.
yeah, chicken Marcella, man. I
That's
like
my
that.
joint, bro. The first time I ever had it was at a wedding, and
Yeah,
I loved it ever since. Chicken Marcella. I'm surprised you said that.
yeah, yeah. I used to make it, man. I haven't made it in years, man. Because I liked it that much. Anything that I really like, I learned how to make.
Chicken Marcella. What Dawn said? She's 40. She knew me since she was 19. Yeah, long time. Yeah, long time. But that chicken Marcella
Yeah, yeah, that's that.
with
Yeah, I like that, man.
some rice.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a
Yo,
good look. That's a
that
good look.
used to make that.
Yeah, yeah, I made it a couple times, man. Yeah, chicken
You gotta
Marcella, man.
tell me how to make that.
Shit, I ain't make it in years, man. I got to, I have to look around
But
for the recipe.
where you learned about it at a wedding?
Uh, I I think so. Either a wedding or something, some place like that. Some kind of gathering. I think it might have been at the Brownstone.
Yeah, yo, that chicken.
Something at the Brownstone.
This show is dedicated to Chicken Marcella, cause
Yeah, brother.
that's some good ass chicken. That Chicken Marcella, and that's Italian, right? Or is that's
Yeah,
Italian?
yeah, yeah. That's Italian. That would be Italian, Marcella.
Man, that chicken But anyway, yeah, June 7th, my cousin Craig Redmond.
Okay.
I wrote his life story. It's gonna be released June 7th at the Leneves. You know what I mean? And then I could go on. Then I guess I start working on your book. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I got a bunch of stuff to work on after that. Then I got to work on my man Omar book, and then my sister book. So I got a lot of books to work on. You know what I mean? I'm just taking my time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit, man. I'm almost finished, bro. So I might be in book mode myself. So I might just hit you up and say, look, throw me the notes, man. Let me get on this thing.
Yo,
Shit.
I got him. I got him. Yo, we gotta stay relevant.
Oh,
Um,
definitely.
we gotta stay relevant, and we gotta make stuff happen.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. So I mean, and these books is a start, brother. They definitely a start. You know, God willing, I'd be able to do like you, man. Turn it into a movie. Who knows? You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
yeah, that was a blessing. That was really a blessing. But
Yeah, yeah.
I
So,
gotta be about ready to cut out. But I
all right,
want
brother.
before I cut out, well, go ahead. What you want to tell people how to get in touch with you and subscribe?
Yeah, subscribe if you already have it to Peep Game TV, Peep Game TV on Instagram, Peep Game TV on Facebook. Peep Game TV on what's the other joint TikTok. You know what I
Hey, yo,
mean? I'm Peep Game TV all the way around.
but look what's crazy. Look at your shirt. What it say?
Peep Game TV,
Look
brother.
at my shirt. Keeping it
Keeping it
real.
real. Yeah, there you go. Keeping it real in Peep Game TV.
We both representing our we
Yeah,
both
yeah,
representing
yeah,
our things today. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
You got it on
absolutely.
your hat. I got it on my hat. Peep game and keeping it real. But look, yeah, I'm getting ready to sign out. Everybody out here, if you're not doing nothing, come on.
Thank you all for taking the time out of your busy day to spend with us. And hopefully we see you next week. Till
Mhm.
then, stay strong, stay cool, and peace.
All right, hold up, and for everybody, come on over to my Facebook page, Randy J. Sean Jackson, and we're gonna be over there for a minute. But Sha, before we go, when can people expect your book, and what's the title?
The 17th Ave family story. 17th Ave family story. And we're looking at might be in June, man. I'm trying to push it. I'm trying to get it done by June. You know,
Okay.
I'm definitely trying to get it done by then. So because I wanted to have it done sooner, but June might be the month.
I'm back on my Z too. I'm back in there with my Z.
Oh, okay.
I'm back in there with my Z on the YouTube, everybody. All right, so I'm getting ready to
You
sign
got
off. Yo, we get ready to break up. I'm getting
you
ready
done
to take it.
started back, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I started
You done
back
healed
doing
up.
the YouTube with my Z for the stomach. I started doing some push-ups and I'm doing some curls. So I'm back in there doing the curls.
Getting it back in. There you go. I'm trying to keep it right.
You know, I'm the
Trying to
arm
keep it
master.
right.
I'm the arm master.
You know me, I try to keep the chest and the gut right.
I know. I can't get this. I can't get rid of this gut. I can't.
Yeah,
I've tried and I tried.
yeah.
I'm not gonna give up though. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
give
hey.
up.
Can't stop, won't stop. You know
At
what
our
I'm
age
saying?
is at our age is just hard.
Hey man, I mean, look, we done made it this far, might as well keep on going, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Amen to
saying?
that.
So,
Amen to that. Amen
in
to that.
peace.
Peace. So we
And,
out of here. I'll see you out later. I'm getting ready to
I
go on my Facebook page, keeping it real.
and thank you again, all of you, for spending time with us.
Is love real? Peace.
Peace.